Check. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. What the? What's going on? Check, check, check. Check. Check, check. Microphone's not working. Damn it. What's going on? Check, check. Check, check, check. Oh, well. I can't get this microphone to work. Mother effer. Check 1. Here, let me try new headphones. I know this is riveting. This is riveting stream. I apologize. Matt Hudson, hear you loud and clear. Yeah, but it's got a different sound because I'm not using the microphone. I'm going through the computer. So let me figure something out real quick, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it, if you will. Z-Man, Meatloaf 666. What up, Captain? The captain is in. It's not the headphones. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All right, we'll go a cappella. We'll go a cappella, no headphones. Oh, yeah, and the people that have been leaving comments and sending me messages, and it's been like more than normal lately, and I don't know if I'm being trolled, but everyone's saying I'm going bald, which is the oddest thing of all time. They said my hair, that's all I have is my hair. This is it. This is all I have. I have thick hair. So I don't understand how everyone thinks I'm going bald. I wear hats because I don't comb my hair. I just rather put on a cap. Like, I just showered. So, look, here, I'll turn around. There's no receding hairline at all. Zero. There's not even close. That's shaved up like that. Death Think, what's up? I can't believe I have to prove this. I don't even know how this became a rumor that I'm going bald. Does this look like I'm going bald? I mean, I'm doing a thorough examining. Here, let me pull around again so you can see the back so there's no bald spot. I don't know if you can see it. So, everyone's sending me those messages, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't understand why it's bothering me either. It's just like, wow, I think it's because I wear the captain's hat all the time. They think I'm bald. And I'll do like a live stream. They're like, dude, I thought you were bald. I've been getting them a lot lately. It's very strange. Oh, Richard Lopez in the house. Shout out to Richard Lopez. He says, hi, Chad. Oh, thank you, Sarkis. I just got a cash app from my man Sarkis. Thank you, brother. Most generous human being. The most giving super chat of all time. Okay, Richard Lopez says, hi, Chad. Great hair, but ugly hair out. I just didn't comb it. I just didn't comb the damn hair. John Adams. Chad, been tweeting that Myrtle Beach is boring. Chad been tweeting Myrtle Beach is boring. I've been, or you have? I think I have. I was bored. Very bored in Myrtle Beach. Super bored. Death Thing. Chad, great hair. I hated the last episode of MLC with Tom Cassidy. What can we do to get Kevin back on his A game? Matt Hudson says Tom Cassidy is so goddamn boring. Neon Gutters is checking in 2020. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't listened to MLC. I haven't listened to the episode with Tom, so I don't know. I'm not a big Tom fan, but that's just me. I don't hate the guy. I think he's a whatever. Listen. I couldn't do the podcast yesterday. I was flying, and they record at a certain time, so I was unable to do it because I left Myrtle Beach my flight was in the air at 10:45, and I didn't land until 4:45. I had like a 3-hour layover in the Atlanta airport, which is fucking terrible. And you got to wear your stupid mask the whole time. So, anyways, long story short, I couldn't do the podcast. But to Tom's credit, if Kevin didn't get Tom, there would have been no podcast. So there was a podcast that wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for Tom. Bad Bart, yo Chad, what up? What up? What up? I got a new sit down Zumach podcast coming out tomorrow. Comes out on Wednesdays on Patreon, and I tell a story about Silk City Hot Sauce. What happened to me over the weekend with Silk City Hot Sauce in South Carolina? Interesting story. I also talk about Bert Kreischer because Tyler, my co-host / producer, wanted to know the story behind me and Bert Kreischer. So I tell the story thoroughly, the best I possibly can. I don't know if you heard what happened about our fallout, but that'll be on tomorrow's episode on Patreon, which you can sign up to for as little as $3. Get the video at the $10 level. I also give shout outs to everybody that donates $20 or more on tomorrow's podcast in the beginning. So thank you for your continued support. And Sark, you know you're on there, pal. You know you're on there. It's so funny. I used to look at these, I'll tell this in a second. Neon Gutter says, is the stream lagging for anyone else? Not for me. Matt Hudson says, it's because you caught him raging at his manager. Now, there was other situations. There was a whole story behind what happened with our fallout. I just kind of told that story later on. You know, it's so funny. I used to, for years, obsess over lineups, Comedy Store lineups, and Hollywood Improv lineups, and Laugh Factory lineups, and New York's the Cellar lineups, the stand. I would check out all these lineups, these comedy websites, for years, for over a decade. It's like, see who's coming, who I could work with, blah blah blah. I got to tell you, this year I don't give a shit. I don't look at any of the lineups. Like, it'll pop up on my phone for like a notification, and I will. I just don't give a shit. I don't care who's on the lineup. I don't care who's coming to what comedy club anymore. I don't know if I'm burned out or I just reached that level. I don't give a shit because I live in Florida now, and I realized all that shit was not necessary. And COVID proved that right. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So that's why I'm focusing all my attention on the podcast, YouTube, and I'll still do stand-up, but not as crazy as I was doing it. I mean, I was out of control. I'll only do good gigs or clubs I really, really like. But that's it. I don't give a shit. Don't care about getting past the Cellar. Don't care. I think I'm past at the Stand. I don't care. I'm already past at New York Comedy Club. I'm past at Gotham, past at Garolines. I was past at Dangerfields. They're no longer with us. Past at the Hollywood Improv. Never gave a fuck about getting past at the Store. I've already performed in all 3 rooms on independent shows. Not past at the Laugh Factory. Don't give a shit. Past the Haha Comedy Cafe. Past at the Ice House. I'm just naming shit off the top of my head. But I don't care about any. I don't care about the Cellar. I don't care about the Comedy Store. I don't give a fuck. What do we got here? Let's go to the comments. Matt Hudson says, great tease about the podcast tomorrow. Yeah, I told the whole story at the very end. It's a long story, but people ask from time to time. I've told it before. I don't know where, but I've told what really went down. Matt Hudson, now I have to sign up for your Patreon. Aha! That worked. Here, I'll put it in the comments. for as little as $2 or $3 a month. Just put it in the comments. And by the way, people, I want you to take a look at this. You see this? Hold on. Do you see that? Do you see that number right there? That's Tim Dillon. I'm friends with Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon's been doing stand-up comedy for 11 years. 11 years. He goes on Joe Rogan a couple of times, and next thing you know, he's making $153,000 a month on Patreon. $153,000 a month. That's good. I like Tim. Good on him. He has 28,000 Patreons. 28,000. I think I have 132. So, with that being said, sign up to my goddamn Patreon. Thank you. And if you could tell 1,000 of your friends to do the same, I appreciate it. I recently became a TikTok sensation, and it's not translating into dollars. You know, it's not translating into $153,000 a month. I'm not even asking for that. If I got it, great, great. I'm just saying I would like to make a little bit more from Patreon. I'm pumping out the content. I got Mondays with Mazers, which my buddy Donovan hates. I got the lives on Tuesdays that I'll put up. After this, it'll go strictly on Patreon. And then on Wednesdays, I got sit-down Zumach. And whatever else I find throughout the week, I'll throw up there. So, with that being said, a very affordable rate, $3. What is that, 12 quarters a month? I sound like Sally Struthers. You can sponsor a middle-aged man. You can take care of a middle-aged man who's made bad decision after bad decision, who's had some bad luck, and who had an abusive stepfather. That's why he went into stand-up comedy, had a mom that was barely in the life. God rest her soul. She died 3 years ago from cancer, but she's in a better place. So that's my pitch. That's my sales pitch. It's more of a sad clown sales pitch. Now let's go to the comment section and see what you guys have to say. Death Think. I'd rather no podcast. Tom is so smug, unfunny, and woke. I don't want Kevin thinking we will accept this level of quality. Ooh, strong words. ST says Tim talks news that gets people riled up. That's why he has large Patreon. Same Will Joe. I think he meant with. Meatloaf says, sign up, you cheap bastards. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be a cheap bastard. Andrew Keeley sees, aye, Chad, Captain. By the way, I got next Wednesday. I'm headlining the Visani Theater in Port Charlotte. One night only. Robert Kelly's there Thursday through Saturday, but Friday and Saturday 4 shows. I will be 30 minutes north in Fort Myers with the great Jim Florentine at the Laugh-In Comedy Cafe. So that's a lot of great comedy in one area. If you want to come check out any of those shows, be my guest. I'd prefer you to come to mine, but I like Bobby Kelly. I know he attacked Kevin viciously, and I guess that's an ongoing issue, but I had nothing to do with it. Kevin's beefs are Kevin's beefs. I have my own beefs. And I don't pander to beefs. Mike Schubert, in your opinion, who has the nicest boobs in comedy? Male or female? Oh, I'll tell you right now, right off the top of my head. What's her name from Guys We Fucked? Hutchinson. Phenomenal boobs. I don't know her well. I met her at the roast of Kevin. But hands down, great boobs. But The bad part is she's a female comic, so she's probably crazy. Ashley Keeley, not Cummings. All about the nicest boobs. She has fake boobs. Meatloaf 666 says, who is your favorite Captain character in any movie or TV? Mine's got to be Dee Snider as Captain Howdy in the movie Strangeland. Now, I didn't see Strangeland, so I can't comment on Dee Snider's Captain approach. But first of all, phenomenal question. Phenomenal question. Great question. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go two that really stick out in my mind is first and foremost Captain Stubing, played by the late Gavin MacLeod, who just recently passed, and Alan Hale Jr. as the skipper in Gilligan's Island. I mean, two phenomenal captains, great captains. Can't go wrong. You can go with Captain Kirk, but that's more of a sci-fi flick. I'm more of a nautical steer the ship guy. And if you watch Star Trek, you don't really see Captain Kirk steering the ship. You see him in the control center, and you know everyone else is doing everything except for him. But I guess we could take. I guess we can go into space and planes. Captain Maverick, Pete Mitchell, is he lieutenant or I think he's captain in the new Top Gun 2, which looks great. I'm going to go see that in 5 seconds in the theater. What else? Who else is captain? Let me pull up a few captain. You got Captain Jack Sparrow, but I don't count pirates. I just pulled up a list of captains on some weird. I got Captain America, but you know he's a superhero. He's fictional. Captain Morgan, for all you alcoholics, he's a strong captain. He definitely steers the ship. Oh, the late great Captain Kangaroo. Can't go wrong with Captain Kangaroo. Captain Caveman, but that was a cartoon, Hanna-Barbera. Oh, or you can go Captain Crunch, which is a delicious breakfast cereal, but again, it's a cereal. Captain Malcolm Reynolds. I don't even know who the hell that is. He's not on the list. Captain Hook, again, another cartoon. Oh, Captain Han Solo. He was a captain. The Captain in Tennille. Who else? Captain Jack. All right, now these captains are getting really fucking weird. Captain Ron from Captain Ron. Kurt Russell was a great captain. You got Captain Picard, any of the Starship guys. I think I named the best captains. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Taking pollution down to zero. Captain Nemo. Captain Opie. Greg Hughes, Captain Greg Hughes. I think he's number 1 on the list. All right, let's get back to the chat here. Mike Schubert brought up Captain Ron. I missed that one from you. Ted's in the house. What's up, Ted? ST, you need to get Kristen Carney to do comedy duo. You need to get Kristen Carney to do a comedy duo with you. You guys rock together and travel all over the country. Yeah, she's a nice lady. I like her. Unfortunately, she lives in upstate New York, and I live in Tampa, Florida, so I don't know how that's going to work. People will send me messages from time to time saying, like, dude, you need to hook up with her. You guys would make a great couple. It's so funny. Meatloaf 666. There's some hot redhead comic coming to Soul Joe's here in PA. Total Smoke Show. Let's go to the Soul Joe's website to see who you're talking about. I should hit that guy up about doing Soul Joe's. That's a venue I would do. I don't know how far he books out. Let's see what we got here. Oh, April Macy. She's coming on the 24th. Listen, I like April. She's a very funny comic, but let's just say the headshots look a lot better. I'll just put it that way to be nice. So, no disrespect to Rachel. She's very funny. But her headshots are misleading. It's like me. I have headshots from like 5 years ago. I look completely different. It just happens. Ted, how many years have you been doing this? Are you talking podcasting or YouTubing or steering the ship, being a captain, or stand-up comedy? I'll tell you all of them. I've been live streaming on YouTube for about 2 months now. I've been a captain of a ship for over a year, steering the ship on MLC. Stand-up comedy by itself, I've been doing it for 18. And a TikTok sensation, 2.5 weeks. So there you go. Sark. Blobby belly sucks. But he does have my vote for the nicest boobs in comedy. That's funny. See, that's a good roast joke. That was funny. It was topical. And if Bobby can't laugh at that, then fuck him. Mike Schubert says, Captain fucking Ron. Yeah. Shout out Kurt Russell. So I'm just getting caught up with the captains. Ted says Captain Cool. Jeff thinks it's Captain Kirk. Meatloaf 666 says Captain Spaulding. Sark says Captain Sully. Sully stinks. That movie stunk. Listen, I know it was based on a true story, but holy boring. But, shout out to Captain Sully for landing the plane safely in the water. Ted, did you go to the Lightning's parade? I fucked up. I didn't know what time it was because when they did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers parade, it was in the afternoon. And the Tampa Bay Lightning's parade was at 11 o'clock in the morning, which is weird because I usually ride my bike down there every single day at 11. But that day I just didn't do it. And then I was on the phone with Florentine because Jim Florentine's brother and nephew were in town for the parade. I said, yeah, I'm going to go to the parade later. He's like, it's over. I was like, fuck. So I missed the goddamn parade. Oh, well. Meatloaf 666. Z-Man always tells it how it is. Much respect for that. Thank you. I try to. I think in this world going as crazy as it is, and there's so much misinformation and so many lies out there and so many people bullshitting everybody and everyone just kind of falling in line. I feel like it's my job to just be honest, tell the truth, and just deal with the consequences. I don't live in fear anymore. No one's going to cancel me. I'm already canceled. I do a podcast with Kevin Brennan. I've already seen the comics peel off me. I mean, when I first got to LA, everyone loved me. I was on every podcast. I was on The Honeydew. I did Crab Feast. I did Bert's podcast. I was on Punch Drunk. People would reach out to me. People would retweet me, like high-profile names. And then I got in the big Patton Oswalt fight, and everything just fell apart. And now I saw comics just peel away like rats. I wasn't the cool guy anymore. And then I started doing a podcast with Kevin Brennan, and I was doing Anthony Cumia's network, and I just see people peel off. More people that would do my podcast all the time, like, I'm not going to name a couple of names. I'm still friends with them, and but they won't do it because their career's kind of on the upswing. So with that being said, I try to be forthcoming the best I possibly can. I'll tell you if I like somebody, and if I don't, excuse me, I burped. Sorry, my microphone's not working today, so I don't know what's going on. I got this little Focusrite, and it's just, I don't know what. So if it's just going to the computer, I apologize if it sounds like shit. But then again, I've seen Opie's live streams, and for a multi-million dollar broadcaster, he speaks straight to the computer, so I don't feel as bad. Death Think. Excellent interview with Brian Thompson, Chad. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, listen, if you're a big fan of the movie Cobra with Sylvester Stallone, like Earl and I are, you're going to love that interview. Because Earl and I like to tackle the interviews that nobody else wants. We're the guys who go after the people that no one's knocking at their door. Because we like shit from the 80s and the 70s, just weird, obscure things. So we want to interview the Night Slasher from Cobra. That was our dream get. And before Cobra Kai got super popular, before Cobra Kai even existed, I was trying to get William Zabka on the podcast, but now he's like the fucking number one guy on Netflix, and it's impossible. Ted, steering the ship, my dude was trying to get you to say your favorite line. I've been doing this since I was 18. Listen, I've been doing this since I was 18. I totally didn't get it. Sorry. I forgot the Opie. I forgot it. You tried to set me up. You tried to throw me an alley-oop, and I just went out of bounds. I apologize. Oh, Teamster Tim's in here. How long has Jeff Ross been doing stand-up? 15 years? Ha, 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 ha. LOL. LOL. I think he's doing something else for over 15 years at one point. I think he was doing someone else. Mike Schubert says, too long. Ted says, is Lou... Okay, hold on. I'm getting caught up, guys. Stay with me here. Ted says, is Louis really trying to cancel Kevin? What the fuck's his problem? I don't know about that. Cancel Kevin. That's the first I'm hearing of that. Is there a problem? I didn't listen to yesterday's podcast. Did he bring that up? Did Louis turn on him too? I don't see that happening. No Gusto. Do you like Chip Chipperson? You made one appearance. I made two. I've been on Chip Chipperson twice. Once at the Riotcast Studios and once over Zoom. And I was drunk. But yes, I like Chip Chipperson. Happy birthday, Jim Norton. I should text him. In fact, I'm going to text him now. Happy birthday, Jim. See, I'm a nice guy. I remember things. I guess it was yesterday. I just forgot. Sark. Sully was an awful movie. Agreed. His 15 minutes was about 14 minutes too long. That's a good take. Rack Sark. Australian Ellis. Oh, Captain. Mike Schubert. Sounds the same to me. Meatloaf 666. Joe Howard is Captain Butt Plug. Yes, he is. Fuck him. Ted, what happened between you and Opie? Did he jocktober or stop you from getting a job on Sirius XM? All right, Ted, I'll get right back to that. Let me read this. ST Chad, your honesty rules. Your fan base loves you. Sorry, I had to get to compliments about me. Here's another compliment from Hasan. Hey, you are a funny comedian. Any more Godfrey conversation as a guest? I just talked to Godfrey today. Godfrey and I will talk once a week for like 3 hours on the phone. It's crazy. And every time I talk to him, I go, why didn't we just podcast, put content out? We had a two-hour conversation on a three-way call with me, Earl, and Godfrey. I go, this is amazing. We should have just podcasted that. But yeah, that's coming. Yeah, Godfrey's, we'll do a podcast. Don't worry about that. He's just, I talk to him like maybe a couple times a week on the phone. Oh man, we talked some shit today. I can't talk about it. and I'm not trying to be a cuck or anything. It's just, it's too soon. And somebody's career is I don't want to ruin somebody's career. That's the only reason I won't tell anybody. But man, if you knew some of the conversations comedians don't bring to air, holy shit. I'll just leave it at that. Maybe one day it'll come out when they're in the clear. I would bring it up, but I don't hate this person. Ted goes, what happened between you and Opie? Did he Jocktober or stop you from getting a job at SiriusXM? Okay, this is what happened with Greg Hughes and the captain. Captain Z-Man, as I like to call myself. The man in black, the has-been baller, the licensed chip dip consumer, Florida's most wanted, Florida's greatest. I have a lot of nicknames, but the Z-Man is the one that sticks because it's the douchiest. This is what happened. So Opie was on in the afternoons at SiriusXM. It was right when Jim and Opie split. And before that, I would text Roland about coming on Opie and Jim. And he goes, yeah, I'll check in with Opie. And I would never get on. And I was promoting shit, like stuff. I'm trying to get, like, I had an album out. I wanted to promote my Gotham Live. I headlined Caroline's. I wanted to, or not Caroline's. What's the other club? I don't know. Stress Factory. So I wanted to promote. So he always blew that off. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I've met him a few times before that. I didn't know him well, but he knew who I was. And he knew I was in radio. In fact, his agent, Bob Pittman, was going to be my agent, my radio agent. And because he was the agent of my old co-host, Alan. So he wanted to represent my next contract in radio. And it just never worked out. But he was going to be my radio agent. And he actually tried to help me get another radio gig when I was off the radio. Anyways, he knew who I was. Then one day I came in. I just did Ron Bennington show. And I was waiting around to do Godfrey's show. So I'd like to go. When I went to New York, I'd go to SiriusXM, the building, because it was like a lot of fun. It was a lot of electricity. You didn't know who was coming in. You know, you'd meet people, like see celebrities. Like one time I was just sitting there and Dr. Phil came in and I go, oh, that's crazy. And then I see Slash from Guns N' Roses. So it was really cool. So it's a great environment. You know, Baba Booey's walking around and you talk to the security people. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm waiting around and I see Club Soda Kenny, who I'm friends with, right? He goes, hey, what are you doing here? And I tell him, and he goes, want me to try to get you on Opie's show? And I go, yeah, that'd be great. I'm not doing anything. And at the time, they were talking about, it was maybe Cleveland winning the championship or something Cleveland-centric. So Club Soda Kenny goes in, he goes, I have an expert on Cleveland. He's a Cleveland, I forgot how he said it. And he goes, who? He's like, comedian Chad Zumach is here. And then Opie goes, who's that? I've met Opie. A week prior to that, he was doing a show at the Village Underground with Sherrod, Vic, and all them. And I was in the hallway. Who was I with? I think I was with Godfrey or somebody. And Opie comes up and he's like, Chad, what's up, dude? How you been, man? And shakes my hand. So I don't think Opie realized I was listening to the show at the time because I was like in the Sirius XM hallway. So he pulled one of those big time moves, those radio guy moves, those who's that? Like how the radio people don't know. They pretend like they don't know who the other guy is. They mispronounce their name. I mean, Stern's been doing it for years. They're like, who's who? Who's that guy? Where? So he pulled one of those moves for some reason, just like a power move, a dick move. So I never forgot that. And then I hit him up on Twitter once. I didn't even respond to that. And I said, I asked him to do his podcast when he got fired. And I was promoting something else. And he just wrote back. He goes, hey, we'll get you on soon. It was through a DM. He's like, we'll get you on sometime. Don't worry. And then he said something else. And then I just lost it on him. Because at that point, I was like, I don't like this guy. He's kind of a douche. And plus, I'm a Cumia guy. Cumia has me on all the time. I was on his show a lot, so I went off on him on Twitter. He unfollowed me, and then he pretends like he doesn't know who I am. It's just stupid. I just don't like that those radio. And it's not just Opie. There's a million of those Opies out there that came up when they were the biggest microphone before podcasting, and they thought they were the kings of whatever, their little world, their little towns. They're all around. It's just a hack radio mentality. So, Ted, that's the long-winded answer. I hope I answered your question. Meatloaf666 says, is it possible you and Florentine can do a podcast or a live stream together when he's in town? It is possible. I'll try to make that happen. Usually, like when I hang out with my comedian friends, we just forget the podcast. We just, like Steve Simone, great comic. He used to do a podcast with Roddy Piper. He lives down here in Tampa now. And we hang out, like we'll hang out, but like we don't even think about podcasting. We just talk. And I got to start thinking a little bit better. So we need to provide some content. Ted said, Kevin was talking about a few shows back you were on. He was saying it would be funny to get canceled by a guy who got canceled. Oh, so I'm still trying to figure out what you mean. Louis canceled him. Hasan says, since you're from Cleveland, I guess you're hoping for Milwaukee victory tonight. Small market team. Yeah, I'm cool with whatever team wins, the Suns or Milwaukee. But yeah, I'm happy both teams are in the NBA Finals and not the fucking Lakers and the Nets. So yeah, good for Milwaukee if they win. That'd be a great story for the city. Giannis, he's a phenomenal player. I do like Chris Paul though. I like how he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's 36. Everyone counts him out on every team. So I like both stories. Dislabeled. Tom Cassidy said you voted for Obama. True or false? Did he really say that? I voted for Obama first time around, because I thought it was historical. And then I realized he's just more of a figurehead. But I understood the importance of having a black president. I understand that was a thing. And, he seemed like a likable guy. But then, and I really wasn't that political at the time, and I didn't give a shit. I was forced into politics or having a political view because that's where our world's going. They overly politicize everything. And then I saw the woke movement come in, and I got disgusted by that. And I'm more conservative, and I saw parties switching. I saw things switching up. So I don't like the Democrats. I don't. Sorry. I don't mean to get political. I just don't. I don't trust them. I think they're scumbags. They'll do anything for power. They manipulate. Like what Nancy Pelosi's doing with Texas right now. She's I guess she said one of her aides just got COVID, and that she's blaming it because she met with Texas officials. They're just trying to do whatever they can to make the red states look bad because of COVID. They're trying to manipulate it, use it for power. That's where I stand. And I see through all the bullshit, just like in comedy. These politicians, they're full of shit. Meatloaf666. Ken Mosca's in the house, by the way. What's up, Ken? Ken Mosca. Did you hear that the BLM anthem will be played before any NFL game this season? Boycott the NFL. I did not hear that. I didn't even know they had an anthem. I mean, if it's like the Wu-Tang Clan, I'm all in. NFL anthem. I'm trying to pull that up right now. Wow. Well, it's in. I don't know how much I trust that story. I don't trust the publications that's tweeting it out. That's the thing about the news and these publications. You can't trust them. They're all trying to get page clicks. They're all just trying to manipulate to their echo chamber. So, I mean, the same with COVID. It's just you can't trust any of this misinformation out there. And it's just, you don't know what's facts and what's not. I look at the logic and the data. Ted, I voted for Ben Glebe. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was. Here's the thing about Ben Glebe. Ben Glebe was one of my first friends in comedy. Ben Glebe helped me get past the Hollywood Improv when I didn't even deserve to be past or performing on that stage. He's been a dear friend, but I got to tell you, when he was serious about running for president, I could not stand by it. I could not. We kind of parted ways. I don't hate Ben. He grew up in Los Angeles, so he's a little delusional. I just couldn't support that, and I couldn't believe how disconnected he was. And because believe it or not, he is a very nice guy. He has a nice family. His mom and dad are cool. He's been very generous to me, but that was pretty embarrassing. And the fact that he still stands by it, and I don't know. God bless him, but it wasn't good. And that porcelain documentary, wow, brutal. Ben, I'd rather have a porn tape out than have a porcelain documentary like Ben Glebe has. Okay. Ted says, what is the song before Misery Loves Company episode? It's really good. I don't know the song. I'll bring that up tomorrow on the podcast. But I think the story is Bobby Kelly knew a guy in Blue Oyster Cult who had a band who put that together. But I'll bring it up on the show tomorrow. It's a good question. Maybe Kevin has a better answer. That is if we have a show. Bobby Miller, Chad, who you got? Bucks or Suns? Like I said, I don't care who wins. I like both teams. I'll be happy for both cities. Like again, neither one of them were supposed to be there. It was supposed to be the Lakers and Nets, and I'm glad they're both gone. So I'd be happy for my buddy Paul, who works at SiriusXM. He's a diehard Bucks fan. I hope the Bucks win for him. I like the idea of the Suns winning. I got some friends that live in Phoenix. So, and because of the Bucks and Suns being in the finals, I'm watching the NBA, and especially with the NBA, who finally woke up and realized their social justice movement was not working, and it was killing TV ratings. They're down 50% from last year, and they wised up, and they just started playing basketball the way it's supposed to. So I'm back. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't want to get preached to. Mike Schubert, it's the Black National Anthem they're going to play. We'll see. Bobby Miller, I'm back, baby. Teamster Sim, going to Cleveland soon. Can you recommend a place where I can get a good steamer? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I see what you did. Yeah, just jump in Lake Erie. Should be good to go. Ted says, awesome, thanks. I thought it was original. It was original. Bobby Miller. You the best, Chad. Missed you, bud. Keep fucking killing it, Captain. You're dismissed. Thank you. Yeah, but I told earlier in the podcast or the live stream that we did a sit-down Zoom-Ako be out tomorrow on Patreon. Please go sign up. And I tell the story about how Bert Kreischer and I had a fallout. And I didn't know that wasn't even a part of the. Tyler brought it up, and I talked about it, and I didn't realize it was going to be a whole thing towards the end. Like I said earlier, you sign up to the Patreon, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I got to look at it every day. I look at my 132 Patreons, and I look at Tim Dillon's 28,000 Patreon, where he's making $153,000 a month, and I love Tim. I just can't believe how much money he's making. It's unbelievable. It's inspiring. I'm not like, fuck Tim. He works at it. He's funny. I find him funny. But come on already. Where's my following? Huh? How come Rogan's not having the Z-Man on? What's going on with that? How come my life can't be changed? So if you don't want to sign up to Patreon, this is what you do. You tell 1,000 of your friends about me. Ted. I'm rooting for the Greek Freak. Giannis, he's a Greek American dream. He was on the streets of Greece selling CDs, and I'm pulling for him 100% after he wins back. If he wins back to being a bad Sixers fan, a sad Sixers fan. Yeah, I think they need to make Giannis the face of the NBA. I think they need to kick out LeBron. This guy's a nicer guy. You know, he's a great story. And he wants to play in a small market, unlike LeBron, where his ego won't let him. His ego thinks he's a movie star. And I'm so happy that Space Jam 2, The New Legacy, is getting destroyed by critics. Just getting dunked on. It's a pile of shit. I know a lot of people that watched it. They say it stinks. LeBron's a terrible actor. And all he wanted to do was make that movie. That's why he moved to LA. He wants to be a movie star. He thinks he's The Rock. Too many yes men telling him you can be a movie star. You can be a movie star, LeBron. You should be a movie star. Teams Here Sim says Porcelain's doing a doc on Bert. I heard. And I don't think Bert's probably going to like it. I have a feeling he's going to showcase some exaggerations, or many exaggerations. Hey, San, I guess stopping police from killing unarmed blacks are preaching to you. Did you not want the inconvenience of your enjoyment? I guess stopping police from killing unarmed blacks are preaching to you. Did you not want the inconvenience of your employment? Of my enjoyment? Yes. Hey, son, I did not want that when I'm trying to escape. Because there's enough of that. You can get it anywhere. It's all over the internet. It's in your face. It's on the news. So when I watch sports or a movie, I want to get away from it all. I want to escape because it is depressing. I don't like it. And I don't need these athletes preaching to me and talking down to me and vilifying police officers. All of them, and making police officers in general bad guys. I have family that are cops, good people. And let's get this out of the way. For every moron out there, all police officers aren't white, you dummies. They're all colors, ethnicities. I just saw a Tampa police officer, 2 female cops get out of the car. So quit vilifying police officers because of a few fucking dummies that were bad at their job. And let me tell you something. There are bad doctors. There's a lot of people bad at their jobs. I'm sure there's a bad doctor that's done some horrible things. It's everywhere. So, yes, I am inconvenienced. Hey, son, if you're trying to start static, if you're trying to get controversial, well, yeah, there you go. Big inconvenience. Didn't need it rubbed in my face, especially by Kyrie and LeBron. Talk about the game. Rack me. TD says, Tim is a bore. I'm tired of conspiracy talk shit. Retread. Well, I have $153,000 a month that says people like that bore. Bobby Miller. The NBA moved LeBron to LA. It wasn't LeBron's choice. Magnus. Were you the one that posted on MLC Patreon? Posted what? Sorry, my website guy's checking in with me. You didn't see. I didn't see. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I wish I had the answer you're looking for. But these aren't the droids you're looking for. LOL. LOL. Oh, look at this. Brian with the strong Venmo. Holy shit, Brian. Thank you, buddy. Little message saying, thank you so much for the content. Thank you. That was very nice. So shout out to Sark. Shout out to Brian. It's good. Appreciate that. Someone with the name Chad posted this, and it caused quite a stir. Let me find it, and I'll paste it. Magnus, fill us in. Death Thing. Chad, Ashley Cummins, or Kristen Carney? As a guest or a potential lover? They're both nice ladies. Holy shit. Oh, lover? It'd be great to date Ashley because it would totally annoy Whitney. It would bother her. And, but then Kristen is just as dark as me and morbid. So that'd be a lot of fun. And who knows? Who knows? Magnus, it's been deleted, but it's under your name. I'm not positive if it wasn't you. Basically, your account or copy had linked your Patreon and said, I don't post much here, but in case oh, yeah, I posted that. I was just fucking around. I did. Yeah, I posted that because I was trying to put the mystique that MLC might be done because everyone would not stop asking me because Kevin blew off the podcast on Wednesday. That was completely intentional. And I deleted it because Kevin came back with the podcast with Tom. People went ape shit. I swear to God, on my mother's grave, I do not read any of those comments. I quit reading them because it just, people just can get so toxic and mean, and I just don't need it. I see enough of it. I've been getting shitty comments and tweets and messages for over 10 years, so nothing anyone's going to say is going to bother me, but I just don't need to see it. It's just like, I'm good. Plus, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if somebody wants me off the show or I just don't. It's like, it doesn't matter. There's a guy on my Patreon who I really like. I'm not going to name his name. He doesn't like Tony Mazer on my show. That show I do on Mondays, Mondays with Mazer. He thinks he's boring. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's cool. I like you. I like Tony. There's people that do like Tony, but I understand there's people that not. But same with me. There's a lot of people that listen to Kevin's podcast that don't like me. I understand that. But there's plenty of people that do. So it's all subjective. I'm the one, listen, I know for a fact more people like me than dislike me on that podcast because I got a fan who bought me a bike. They bought me this hat. They send me, I'm getting random Venmos. And so it's like, I get messages all the time, positive, that are there's way more positive than bad. So it's all subjective. But sometimes I just don't care. I don't need to see it. It's just, I don't know. Plus, I'm not that much of a narcissist that I have to, what's everyone saying about me? I need to know. That's why I have Atticus running my TikTok, and he said he would send me some screenshot, a couple of the comments. I'm like, I'm good. I don't care. That's why I'm having someone else run it, because I don't give a shit. If I could be off all social media, I would. I'm barely on Twitter. Yesterday I was on, because I was in the airport. I was bored out of my mind, so I was on Twitter a lot. But today I've been on there maybe like 3 times. Magnus says, I think Kevin booked Tom in person. He was awful Monday, but enjoyed it. I like Tony. See? There you go. Well, I couldn't do the show yesterday. I was in the airport. And Tom and I, we had our differences. So I guess when I'm not around, Tom fills in, which is fine. I do enjoy people trashing Tom. It makes me proud because Tom tried to make a name for himself by going hard on me at that roast, and he thought maybe that would be his shot to get past at the stand. And how much he researched me bothered me because I had no jokes on him because that's how much he means to me. I was like, I don't give a fuck. But it's all subjective. Magnus says, I know you did awful on the roast, supposedly never seen it. How'd he do? He did good. He did good. According to Earl Skakel, he said, I didn't do that bad at the roast. And my roast set was the only one not edited. Everyone else was edited. Kevin even said that. He wanted to keep it in. I just fucked up a couple areas, but from what Earl said, I've never watched it. I don't want to watch it because I had a horrible feeling that night. It was not fun. But Earl says it really wasn't that bad watching it back. He said I should watch it, but I don't want to. But it was the turning point of the roast where it was losing steam because Soder went long, Aaron Berg went long, Gino went long. It was just like, by the time I got up there, the room was kind of like, all right, we get it. So it is what it is. And no, but Tom did great. Teamster Sim, do you have a favorite porn movie? Mine is Rectum Wreckers Volume 2. Mine's Volume 3. So that's a weird coincidence. I thought 3 was way better than 2 because it was in 3D, which is great because you want to see that. You want to see that. I don't even know if I could say it. That semen coming at you. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ken Mosca, I was there. It was fine, but it got the roast moving again. Okay, well, that's coming from Ken. Wait a second. It says chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect. What happened? Can I fix this? Am I able to fix this? Oh, it's connected again. It says successfully connected. By the way, Silk City hot sauce, people. Tomorrow on Sit Down Zoom, I can tell you the story that happened to me and a bottle of Silk City hot sauce at the Carolina Comedy Club in Myrtle Beach. Tune in exclusively on Patreon. I forgot to tell the story on Mondays with Mazer. but I saved it. And by the way, I'm the number one seller at Silk City. I'm the number one selling hot sauce. So suck it, Aaron Berg, Bob Bickerstaff, Keith Drumbowski. Can't even pronounce your name. He's a nice guy. When I was actually staying at Gino's place a couple years back, I lived at his place for like 6 months. Kevin was actually the landlord of the place, which was funny. And let me tell you what a shithole that was. What a shithole. By the way, let me ask you a question, because I got a tweet about it. Do you think I should change my background? Like put up a new banner or use a virtual background? Because somebody suggested I do, but this is the reason I don't. Here's why I keep the background the way I do. Because when I listen to a podcast or I watch a podcast, I get comfortable with what I'm seeing. You remember when Rogan jumped to Spotify and he was in that weird red spaceship looking thing? It threw me off. I was used to seeing Rogan in that certain situation with the American flag. And I don't know. So I hesitate because I've had this background for so long. And you get accustomed to it. You know, people get used to it. One time I didn't wear the captain's hat. People got mad. So what do you think? Should I change it? Do something different? Maybe put up a different banner? I was thinking about moving this. There's like 2 bedrooms in this place. And one bedroom's kind of like an office or whatever I don't really use. I was thinking about maybe building like a little studio in there. I don't know. Ken Mosca says, hell no, your background is fine. Mike Schubert says, keep the background. Okay, all right. 2 for keep the background. But I don't know if I should make it look more professional, like give it more of a professional setting. Because when I originally moved in, I just set up right here. It's hard to explain. It's like right off. The kitchen's over there. There's the kitchen, the dining area, wherever you want. And this is kind of like the living room-ish. It's hard to explain. But I just set up because there was the most outlets right here. There was no really critical thinking on how I set this thing up. TD says add a rosary. That's funny. Like put a cross up. Bobby Miller, Chad. That was a horrible riff. Why would you want semen shooting at you? You're still hung up on that one. Paul Padone Jr. Good evening, Chad. Good evening, Paul. Judy's in the house. Judy's in the house. I don't know about changing it. I'm used to it and usually look comfortable there. And you usually look comfortable there. Oh, that's cool. That's what I'm looking for. Feedback. Bobby Miller says, can't let you slide. That one slide. Sorry, brother. Well, here's the thing. We're about an hour in. I've been talking nonstop. I just did sit-down Zumach. I was on the phone with Godfrey. So I've been doing a lot of talking. A lot of talking. It's not a stand-up show. You come to the stand-up show, it's a different animal. You're just getting a live stream where the mic's not even working. So there's going to be some swings and misses, okay? I just watched the 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson. He struck out a lot. Bo struck out a lot, but he also hit a lot of home runs. He had a low batting average, but he hit a lot of home runs and stole a lot of bases. Ted says, going to any concerts this summer? I would like to. Let's see. I think I would have, if Guns N' Roses comes around, I'll probably go check them out. They better change their fucking set list because they've been playing the same set list for like the last 3 years since they reunited with Slash and Duff. Let's get some new albums out from these legendary bands. Las Vegas, Phoenix. I'm looking at they're coming to Atlantic City. I might come up to there, Ken. That's in September. Oh, Hollywood, Florida. Ooh, maybe I'll go see him in October at Hollywood Hard Rock Live. Go Bucks. Bucks are getting ready to come on. Go Bucks, Judy. Yes. Shout out Milwaukee. Shout out the Greek Freak. Listen, I'm rooting for the small market team. My buddy Paul works for SiriusXM. He's a huge Bucks fan, so I kind of want them to win for him. So I'm just happy. Everyone, in my opinion, see, I already won the finals because all I wanted was the Lakers to go down and the Nets to go down, and they both went down. So I already got my win. Mike Schubert says, "Go Suns." By the way, whoever wins, we're going to talk about this on Friday on the football podcast. By the way, in retrospect, we should have just called it Misery Loves Sports instead of Misery Loves Football, but it was during the lockdowns and COVID, so there wasn't a lot of foresight. Maybe we'll change the name. It's not too late. Maybe we'll just keep it football. So, because we're going into the football season, and you got Aaron Rodgers turning down the Packers offer to be the highest paid quarterback. So we'll just kind of transition to the football season, then change it to Misery Loves Sports. We'll see. Judy says, I am a new Misery Loves Football Patreon, by the way. I know. I saw that, Judy. Thank you. And she liked it last week. Yeah, Kevin wasn't there last week. And, we talked sports. Judy says, I got two smaller market teams head to head. Same. I like it. I want the Bucks to win for you, Judy, my buddy Paul. And I got some friends in Phoenix. I want the Suns to win for them. And I like Chris Paul because he plays with a chip on his shoulder and he's 36. Bobby Miller, I love you, Chad. I just had to make sure that one didn't sneak through. You're the best, brother. Thank you. Right on. Right on. And again, thanks to Brian and Sark for the generous Venmo and Cash App. That was very cool, you guys. Ken says there will be more MLF without Kevin. I have a feeling there's going to be. I have a feeling we can carry the show. And, and here's the thing. We want to make MLF a little bit different from Misery Loves Company. Like, just give them a different flavor. The reason why we start doing it is because people would get pissed if we talked sports on Misery Loves Company. So, and by the way, there's a couple of people saying, I fucked it up, and I talked Kevin into doing Misery Loves Football. It was all his idea. That was all his idea. He wanted to do a football podcast. I came up with the name. That's it. And it wasn't that hard of a name to come up with. I just thought it'd be like a branding thing. So we just wanted somewhere where we can just go talk sports. And sometimes it gets away from us. But we wanted to, so people wouldn't get on us, Misery Loves Company. And plus, we brought Ken into the mix. It just worked out. Bobby Miller, thank you for all the great content. So go Suns. It would be really nice for Chris Paul to win. I'm sentimental about the older guys. Yeah, he's 36. All these teams counted him out. And every team he went to, he made them better. So it's kind of fun. You think Kevin's burned out. Ken's going to be booking some more guests. Go sign up to Misery Loves Football. Judy says it's a good concept. And Kevin follows sports. And yes, everyone is getting pissed about the sports talk during MLC. She likes it without Kevin. Ken Mosca says, true. He called me and asked me to do the podcast. Yeah, bringing Ken on board was Kevin's idea too. So he asked me, he goes, what do you think about bringing Ken on? I go, yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Sounds great. And it worked out. It worked out. All right, guys. I did over an hour for you. I'm going to put this up on Patreon. This we just did. So it'll be unlisted, and you can rewatch it if you feel like watching it again. It'll be up there if you want to check out Mondays with Mazer. Mike Schubert says, I personally like the MLF episodes with Zero Sports Talk. Have a good night, Judy. Go Bucks. Go Suns. Go everything. Go Browns. So go sign up to mine. Sit Down Zumock or Misery Loves Football. And just let me show you this again, because I look at it every day. Tim Dillon's Patreon. He's making $154,000 a month. He has 28,000 Patreons. And you can sign up for mine for as little as $3. Like I said earlier, that's 12 quarters. Go find it in your couch cushion. Go find it in your car. Go look around for 12 quarters a month. Compound Media is 10. 100, and if you can't sign up and you're in a financial bind to support a middle-aged man, please tell 10,000 of your friends to sign up, because I got to catch 28,000 Patreons, almost 29,000. Death thinks it's more like Tim Dildo. So anyways, guys, thanks again. Thanks for your support, continued support. I'll be back on Misery Loves Company tomorrow, I think. Pretty sure, if all goes according to plan. Football podcast is Friday. And that's about it. I got to do my taxes again. Working on that. Thanks a lot, Ken. I've been in contact with Mark about doing my 2020 taxes that I'm late on. Can't keep up. All right. God bless. Let's bring home the troops tomorrow at noon. Good night.